Hey, what's up, everybody? Blood Moon FT back here for Guilty Gear Lore Heaven or Hell Duel 2 by Wooly Versus. I just got done recording the first one, and we learned a lot about like the early years in the Guilty Gear universe, and it was already amazing. So, going into the second one, yeah, I'm just like, the fact that this can only get better is pretty crazy to me. But I know that there are a lot of characters we haven't been introduced to yet. So, I don't really have too much to say, but let's get straight into it. Alright.
Hello and welcome back to
Welcome
Guilty
back,
Gear
welcome
Lore,
back.
Heaven or
Also,
Hell.
I forgot to mention, real quick, before this starts, I know I had said that one lady, Soul's wife, looked like Elfelt Valentine because she was the second collab character. Like, Guilty Gear had a second collab, and Elfelt was the character. So, just in case I threw anybody off with that. Because her hair mostly looked pretty much the same but pink.
In April 2021. So without further ado, let's keep this thing moving.
Dude, I'm so ready for this. Oh. Guys, I'm going to be streaming Guilty Gear non-stop. It's going to be so much fun. I hope you guys join me. Alright, 2180 AD to 2181 AD. Oh, this is kind of short. Post-war era.
The year 2180. Justice is defeated.
Alright.
Many of the remaining gears, now leaderless, have become dormant.
Good.
Others are hunted down and eliminated. Mankind was finally free from the catastrophic menace brought on by the gears.
Good.
Before Soul destroys Justice, Kai Kisk confronts her about her evil ways. With a simple rebuttal, Justice explains that she was made by man to kill man, and thus she is merely fulfilling her moral purpose while surviving.
Yeah, she's just doing her thing.
From the perspective of a gear, her actions are utterly unclouded. They're all those of justice. Unable to respond, Kai's rigid sense of righteousness fails him for the first time. The idea that perhaps there was no single truth that governed everything would leave him questioning his convictions even many years later.
Interesting. Alright, let's get into it.
2180 AD. Cliff Anderson
No!
dies during the Second Holy Order tournament.
He died in the
Valiant to the end,
tournament?
Cliff's final return to battle shows his mastery
Aw,
of the
yo,
field
Cliff
to
was
such a degree
awesome.
that it could temporarily de-age his body,
Whoa.
allowing him to fight in his prime.
That's cool.
His death is mourned by those closest to him.
Hey, okay, Cliff. Rest in peace, old man. Cliff was awesome.
A Japanese man named Kuro Kuruwama
Crow.
works as a branch chief for the Post-War Administration Bureau. Operating in the shadows, the organization has been gathering deep intel on everyone and everything it can.
That's kind of scary.
Using combat data from Kai Kisk, Crow creates an imitation series
robot
unit known as Robo-Kai. The Zessen Outrage component goes missing.
Ooh, that's not
The
good.
Zessen wind fans, a relic of the Crusades, had been
Ooh,
located
Vikings thing.
inside of a
I just
Japanese
realized.
colony until their recent
me turn that
disappearance
up.
at the hands of Anji Mito,
Angie
the
Mito.
now missing Japanese colonist. He appears to be only motivated by sheer curiosity and wanderlust.
Okay.
After the Crusades, a group of surviving gears that were able to exist independently of justice secretly gather away from human eyes.
Interesting.
They isolate themselves on an island known as the Ganymede Archipelago.
Archipelago. Okay.
Uninterested in humanity, but entirely interested in research.
I hope they don't
The
get
leader
hurt,
of this
dude.
group manages to access and observe an alternate world parallel to our own. It will come to be known as the Backyard.
Backyard. Okay.
2181 AD. The Placard Company incident.
Uh-oh.
Near London, in the village built atop the Hydra, rumors of gear-related homicides independently attracted both Kai Kisk and Soul Bad Guy to
creepy.
investigate. With help from a peculiar village doctor named Faust,
Ooh, Faust.
Kai uncovers a conspiracy involving the Placard Corporation, a pharmaceutical company experimenting on villagers with a drug called Vitae.
What the heck?
Company president Sebas pushes Vitae as a miracle-curing elixir, but its misleading healing properties are due to people actually being dosed with extracted gear cells
Oh,
that destroy
no.
the body.
That's vile.
Soul's investigation is interrupted by an enigmatic watcher. The resurrected immortal knight from 1,000 years prior,
The heck?
now known as Raven, appears before him. Bored of life and obsessed with pain, Raven's current mission is to retrieve gear resonance data and return it to his master, the Gear Maker, also known as that man.
Oh.
After immediately being incinerated by Soul's tyrant rave, Raven's body rejuvenates and he expresses disappointment at not feeling any warmth. He then ambushes Faust, retrieves the data, and takes his leave. Sebas' true aim is exposed as an attempt to create his own command class gear for military purposes.
I am following.
Using a pair of test subject sisters as a catalyst, he resurrects the Hydra, which destroys the village.
Jesus.
With recruited help from Johnny and the Jellyfish Pirates, however, most villagers are evacuated aboard the May ship.
Okay.
Kai, Soul, and Faust handle the threat and use a last resort orbital satellite weapon to annihilate the Hydra.
Is this like an anime? Or is this part of the story mode?
Overdoses on Vitae and becomes a gear, but he is quickly destroyed by Kai.
Good.
The discovery of the golden discs.
Johnny and May. Okay.
When an ancient site of old world ruins is uncovered, many opportunists and hustlers flock to it, including Johnny and May, hopeful to get rich on treasures from the pre-Crusade world.
Okay, pirates.
They accidentally cross paths with Kai Kisk and his fellow IPF officers, however, on-site confiscating black technology. Kai thanks Johnny and May for their help during the Placard incident, but cannot allow them to go as criminal pirates at large.
Yeah.
A fight ensues, causing part of the ruins to crumble and reveal an ancient golden data disk.
Ooh.
The disk activates a hologram explaining its purpose. A full record of old world technology, culture, and scientific world knowledge created in 2014.
So stuff that was like forgotten.
In the stunned commotion, Johnny performs a Mistfinder, cleaving the disc in two, and makes a break for it with May and one half of the disc as the rubble comes down.
Interesting.
The Jellyfish Pirates later get a lead on the location of another full disc, but end up baited into a trap set by the Assassin Syndicate and Zato One's loyal and infatuated subordinate, a man known as Venom.
Venom. I've seen him before.
To steal the disc fails to the full power of the pirates.
Hey, look at him, dude.
Johnny,
dang, you see him?
Understanding the danger of the disc, slices it into unrecognizable pieces, giving a shard to
Yo, does Johnny just have a full harem?
Kai and Potemkin.
Potemkin.
Meanwhile, Kai is on route to turn over his half-disc to HQ. After a brief encounter with Chip Zanoff, Zep airships surround Kai, threatening military action if the relic is not surrendered.
Jesus.
He feigns compliance by handing it over, but then sneaks aboard the ship. He is soon caught by Potemkin, who respectfully greets Kai, politely asking that he withdraw.
Dang,
the
respectable.
two discuss the nature of bearing the responsibility of protecting man from itself, but ultimately come to an impasse and choose battle.
Come on, Potemkin. I'm rooting for you, buddy. Dang. Yo, Potemkin's a whole unit.
Triumphs, using his Ride the Lightning technique,
Man.
staggering Potemkin long enough to grab the relic and flee. But Potemkin and the Zep soldiers give chase. Kai, cornered, points out the dangers of history repeating itself and calls attention to the empty crater they're flying above. An area destroyed by black tech where no life will grow for another century.
This looks like a scene straight out of Neon Genesis.
Past, but cannot concede, because letting him go will result in the IPF simply using the disc to obtain power for themselves. Kai swears to prevent this, even if it costs him his life.
Oh, it's probably gonna happen,
which
man.
elicits heavy laughter from Potemkin.
And I wouldn't trust them either, dog.
The IPF rescue ship suddenly closes in, and Kai is able to escape.
Like, that's kind of like a power struggle is going to ensue then, right?
Kai requests permission from HQ to destroy the disc, but they deny, ordering him to return with it.
Because that could, like, you know, lead to the next set of advanced weapons or something.
The ship is then
so obviously everybody wants it.
To land. Waiting for Kai in the middle of the crater is Soul bad guy. Soul and Axel Lowe.
Axel Lowe.
During this conflict, Soul had been drinking in a bar when Axel
Okay.
crashed in with cops on his tail. A bar fight starts, which Soul bad guy ends with fire.
Jesus.
Axel explains that he was overheard uttering E equals MC squared, a phrase that only people exposed to black tech would know.
Oh, because he was
Soul,
from back
concerned
before.
about this dangerous development, tracks down the disc to a restaurant where it was pawned off as a decoration to a lively waitress named Jam Kradovic.
Ooh.
She helps fight off the final group of Axel's pursuers.
Dang, okay. Oh my god.
Soul activates the disc.
Yo, that animation's
to
hot.
reveal the locations of any functional backup copies. It points him to one partial copy, held by Kai Kisk.
So he's got to fight him to get it back.
Soul and Kai face off in the crater. Soul gets the upper hand, but before anything can be settled, an IPF captain with reinforcements arrives, wielding black tech firearms.
Ooh.
Soul is gunned down by bullets. Kai is shocked to see his superior already using the forbidden technology.
Wow.
And realizes Potemkin was right.
Yeah.
They can't be trusted.
Exactly.
The captain notes Kai's refusal to play along and takes aim at him as well, but he's
Oh,
interrupted.
great.
Soul activates his Dragon Install, an ability allowing him to surge with power from his
Yeah,
inner
that's what it
beast
is.
form.
Dragon install.
Soul melts through the soldiers, but Kai stops him
That's
from killing
so
them
awesome.
and takes them into custody. With a clear understanding, they each destroy their own golden discs entirely.
Good. Good stuff.
Testament.
There's
and the
probably
Maiden of
more,
the
though.
Grove. Through unclear means, Testament survives the end of the Second Holy Order.
I just realized that's
Though he
Testament's a
finds
dude.
himself free from
God.
justice mind control, he remains a slave.
He's
to the
handsome, I
weight of
guess.
his sins. He finds his way to the grave of his father, Cliff.
Mm.
While reminiscing, he meets a priest and a young orphan girl named Josephine.
Joseph.
She is blind, but hopeful, as she has recently become a patient of Dr. Faust.
Okay.
Without warning, Venom ambushes and takes Josephine hostage.
Oh my god.
His terms demanding Faust to join the Assassin's Syndicate. Testament fights and saves her, fleeing deep into the nearby grove
Good stuff.
known as Hell's Forest. There, Josephine introduces Testament to Dizzy.
Dizzy. Okay.
Innocent,
Very familiar with
pacifist,
Dizzy.
Dizzy was found and raised by an old couple in Josephine's village, unaware of her true identity.
Okay.
Command class gear and daughter of justice. When she grew to adulthood in 3 years, with wings and a tail, the village grew fearful of her,
Whoa.
forcing the old couple to abandon her alone.
Daughter
in
of
the village.
Justice.
Her only friend was Josephine, who cannot see, but believes Dizzy to be an angel
Then that's-
after touching one of her wings.
Daughter of Justice.
Venom
That's
attacks
Soul's
Dizzy,
daughter too, then.
causing Dizzy's shape-shifting wings to awaken. With personalities of their own, Necro, the Black
Yep,
Wing,
I've heard of those
and
names.
Undyne, the White Wing, will attack to defend Dizzy,
That looks so
whether
cool.
she wills it or not. Venom gets struck while aiming at Testament and accidentally hits Josephine. Venom retreats, and they turn their attention towards getting her to a doctor immediately. Faust heals not only Josephine's wounds, but her sight as well.
Whoa.
But, seeing Dizzy's body for the first time, she becomes confused. The priest and the villagers, however, upon learning that Dizzy has returned, set fire to the area,
Oh.
yelling, "Burn the demon."
Come on, man.
Dizzy begins to panic and cower as her wings lose control and the mob closes in.
Will she kill them?
Testament, feeling a deep connection with Dizzy's pain, steps in between her and the villagers and uses his 7th sign attack, non-lethally, with just enough power to stop Necro, Undyne, and the mob.
Dang,
In the
okay.
shadows, Milia Rage convinces
Ooh.
Venom to help save some villagers from the fire.
Milia.
Dizzy approaches Josephine, but gets slapped. Angry and fearful, Josephine calls Dizzy a demon and tells her to go back to the forest.
But
The
why?
rest of the villagers join in, chasing them out.
Ugh.
Testament
Josephine.
swears to Cliff in this moment that he will choose
Nah,
to continue
Josephine.
living to protect Dizzy. as
Alright,
his
good
sole
stuff.
purpose.
Testament, I rock with you. I rock with Testament. I cannot believe.
Guilty Gear X, by your side.
Johnny. Venom. Jam? I forgot her name. I think it's Jam. Got more characters.
Within a matter of days, word spreads far and wide about the mysterious humanoid gear living in Hell's Forest.
Uh-oh.
Somehow still functional.
Everyone's gonna come after her then. To like control her, right?
Spread, so did panic. A report stated, this gear is functioning properly.
Yep, all the groups are gonna want to take control of her.
By its lack of leadership. There are no signs of abnormalities or physical damage.
Right?
It is also noted that no civilians have been harmed either intentionally or accidentally.
Right? They'll go after her.
Several attempts to eliminate the gear, but due to its tremendous combat abilities, we've been unsuccessful. The number of casualties has yet to be confirmed.
Whoa.
We're currently keeping the gear under surveillance. A gear exerting its own will without justice terrified mankind at the possibility of the emergence of a second command class gear.
Sure.
Furthermore, rumors were spreading that nations were still somehow intent on possessing military-purposed gears.
Well, yeah.
The people were having none of it, however, and took a stand. With the coming of an anti-gear movement, an announcement was made. Whoever brings about the demise of this dreadful gear shall be rewarded with the lofty sum
500K. Bro, that's not even worth. Are you serious?
Dizzy is described as an impossible being and the strongest gear on Earth.
Oh my god.
Descended from man and demon. The power to rend the earth, burn the heavens, and destroy mankind. The powers that be seek her strength, but all she longs for is contact.
Dang, that's pretty tragic. That's sad.
Begin to congregate in the forest she calls home. A number of familiar faces from the second Holy Order tournament cross paths in search of the bounty. Some, like Potemkin, are sent in officially on secret orders to escort the target back to Zep. Others, like Kai Kisk, choose to intervene not on behalf of the IPF, but as a civilian bounty hunter. Or Angie Mita, who simply wants to learn more about the world.
Interesting.
Each intends to resolve the situation in their own way.
Uh-oh, Biken's coming in now?
Forest,
I want to see more about Biken.
None are allowed to trespass on her holy ground.
Okay. So Testament's going to be trying to protect Dizzy from everyone.
Dizzy once expressed to Faust that she regretted being born to cause suffering. Faust later comes across Soul Bad Guy and asks if he intends to save Dizzy by ending her life. Soul simply replies, "Gears must die."
But that's your daughter.
Faust then asks Soul whether his statement is directed at her or perhaps... Soul eventually makes his way through Hell's Forest to Testament, through Testament, and then to Dizzy.
Wait, he beat him?
She asks him if a gear's life has any value. He replies that gears are weapons, and so are their hearts.
Aww.
Necro and Undyne awaken and attack Soul, ever protective of
Dang.
Faust. As they fight, Necro charges a gamma ray, which Soul immediately recognizes as the same kind of power he faced when fighting Justice.
Justice, yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Soul defeats Dizzy, and she asks him to finish her off before she hurts anyone else. Before landing the fatal blow, however, he hesitates. In that moment, Kai steps between them.
Let's go, Kai.
He expresses that he felt conflicted since the defeat of Justice, but now he is certain. Not all gears are truly evil.
The ones that are made to kill, like
Soul
Justice, are the
Kai's
evil ones, and it's humans' fault.
As Soul leaves, Kai is shocked that Soul acknowledged him by his name.
Ooh.
Life beyond the grove.
Yeah, like Dizzy wasn't programmed to
Kai tells Dizzy
kill.
that he believes there's a place in the world beyond that grove that can accept her for who she is. Dizzy is still
I'd be careful taking her in, though.
The way villagers treated her, but decides to trust her.
I feel like every group is just going to try to use her as a weapon regardless.
And he accepts. Testament, who Soul also did not kill, is distrustful of humans, but accepts Dizzy's choice to leave the grove. He chooses to remain, to ensure that she can live life off the grid.
The pirates
that would hunt her down. Kai entrusts her to join the jellyfish pirates aboard the May ship. Notably, the crew, which is named for each month they joined, finally gets its final member.
Interesting.
Jam Cradbury, who witnessed the conclusion of these events while hiding, then went on to claim the bounty for Dizzy's defeat and used the money to open up her own Chinese restaurant.
I mean, hey, I guess that works out. Dang.
Reasons, it burns down shortly after, leaving her in debt for repairs.
Okay, dude, no. Why'd they do Jam like that? That's dirty.
The Assassin Syndicate.
I was actually like, okay, I guess that's
Shortly
cool.
After the events of Hell's Forest, Zato 1 is killed by Milia Rage.
Ooh.
Her complicated feelings of simultaneous admiration and hatred lead her to decide that she needs closure through vengeance. Venom, who would give his own life to save Zato 1, is unable to do so. When Milia finds and kills Zato, she is left feeling hollow inside, unaware that the forbidden beast Eddie was now fully in control of the dead body.
Uh-oh.
With Zato dead, Venom becomes the highest ranking member of the Syndicate.
Okay. And what about Zato? Since his body got controlled, what happened?
The leader of the isolated independent-type gear colony in the Ganymede Archipelago continues his research.
Oh, I didn't recognize him.
As Dr. Paradigm, his ability to absorb information and understand world logic is almost unparalleled. After his successful contact with the mysterious reality known as the Backyard, he discovers an isolated structure within it called the Cube. While it isn't clear at this point what it is or how it works, it appears to have been built by that man.
Really? How much has this guy done?
A servant of that man finishes a report on the incident in Hell's Forest. That man, now covered in robes, remarks to himself that it is interesting that there was a daughter, and assigns his servant to monitor her. He then thinks aloud that this has truly created yet another reason to be killed by him.
So he wants to die to Soul? Does he feel guilty? Is that it? That's it. Dog, I feel like these are going faster and faster now. Holy crap. Okay, I don't have too many questions this time. It's just more of like, I'm just thinking out loud how things are going to go. Like, I honestly think these different groups, like the Assassin Syndicate, the IDF, I think that's what it was called, with Kai, and the place where Potemkin was. I forgot the name of that place as well. But I feel like these groups are going to try to get control of Dizzy because she is, you know, the working gear, the perfectly normal gear, and incredibly powerful. And it's like, you know, like say, you know how, you know, I wouldn't say it's like a Cold War, but I feel like everyone's trying to one up each other and get like a weapon that's above like the gears, because you know, America started making the gears, everyone else started making the gears, then they were all kind of on the same playing field, and then after the events of the war, you know, they killed Justice, and then, you know, the gears are kind of like, no big deal really. But now we have a new, you know, someone topping the gears. This is basically Justice 2. So why wouldn't everyone be like, we need to get her? This is our chance at, you know, becoming the superpower, the biggest threat. So I'm very worried about that. And it seems like Soul doesn't know that she's his daughter. It's kind of weird. But maybe she doesn't know Soul is her father? I don't know. Yeah, man, this is just getting better and better. I'm so glad I decided to watch this. Yeah, with Jam seems like a cool character. I kind of feel bad for her. Like, I mean, she was smart to claim that bounty, and that looked pretty good. The Chinese food, hey, the food ain't the only thing that looks good too. But it's kind of a shame that her place burned down. That's pretty tragic. It's unlucky, dude. But yeah, I hope she has more of an important, you know, place in the story. I really doubt you'd become a character just because, you know, you beat some guys up and then opened a restaurant and got it burned down. I really doubt, you know, she's definitely going to have more of an impact. There's no way she won't. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. This is probably going to be the last one that I record today. I'm probably going to record Duel 3, 4, and 5 either later today or maybe tomorrow. So, you know, it might be a different time. I might be wearing different clothes. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. And once the game comes out, 100%, that's going to be my primary game that I'm streaming. Make sure you come check me out at twitch.tv/bloodmoonft. I'll put the links in the descriptions as usual. But yeah, take care. Have a good one.